Okay people, so in this video I'm going to be installing this Hayden power steering cooler. The rodeo needs it. So now some of you could be asking, well, how do I know if I need one? So in my case, since I got the 35-inch tires, after a while in four-wheel drive, the steering wheel will actually get super stiff and the power steering pump will start growling as if it's low in fluid when it's obviously not. And as a matter of fact, if you look here in the reservoir, you'll see that the fluid is very dark and it's only a year old, so that's not good. It also lost all of its viscosity. You can tell, but it's just like water right there. So in order to do that, you need, of course, a cooler. This is the one I got. I'll post the link for it in the video description. You need some power steering fluid. In this case, my truck takes ATF. And the cooler comes with some, well, with a piece of hose and some clamps. I got some extra clamps and these fittings because from what I've seen, early first-gen rodeos and first-gen troopers have a bigger return line. Newer models have a 3/8 inner diameter, and this supposedly is a 5/8, so I got those fittings. I still need to verify that, but I'm sure it's bigger than 3/8. And a syringe. This is to suck all the old fluid from the reservoir, and an old bottle just to, drop all the old fluid. So right now I'll start by draining the reservoir and pulling the return line, which is the one that comes from the steering box back to the reservoir. So I'll do that right now. Okay, so for this, you're just gonna get your syringe. The reservoir has its own filter. You can pull that out as well. Just gonna set that aside right now. And then you can start sucking all the old fluid from the reservoir. So as you can see, the fluid doesn't look very happy. So after you've done that, you can remove the return hose from the reservoir. Just do the clamp and looks like I have some leftover fluid in there. So I'm going to get my bottle and just finish draining it. Just a little bit that's left, but I don't want to make a mess, so we'll give it a while right there. That should make it. It even smells super burnt. Okay, so looking in here, this is not a 5/8 like most of the specs actually said, so it looks like I won't be needing the fittings. So comparing it to the hose that comes with the cooler, looks slightly bigger, but it's definitely not a 5/8, so we'll see what we can do about that right now. Okay, so as you can see, I already pulled the grill off the front of my truck, and I found this spot right here fine to mount the cooler. As you can see, it'll mount nicely in there, and I can route the lines right here and through the hole where the lines for the AC would go. Maybe even behind the headlight. I'll show you that right now. So I've actually verified that in this case my truck doesn't have the 5/8 inner diameter return line. So you can see right here, it's not a 5/8, it's actually a 3/8, which is weird. But that means I won't be able to use the fittings I got. But I do need a way to connect the two hoses together. The one that comes from the box, steering box, to the line that goes to the cooler. So I guess I'll have to use this fitting they provide. I'll see if I can actually cut this section so that I can have just the two the two fittings right here and use that like this, you know, get this one in here and the other one the other side to connect them together, because that's what I'll have to do. It's kind of sketchy and I don't feel happy about it, but well, at least now you know your truck most likely won't have the 5/8 return line. So I'll actually start plumbing that thing and we'll be back right now. Okay, so I was able to remove the threaded fitting from a fitting that came with this, so now I can use it. It's not ideal. You really want to use one of these. I'll post a picture, but it's what I have right now, and I need to get this thing back and running. So I have the line coming from the cooler. It's this one right here. So what I'm gonna do is just, you know, use this to get them together like that. Like this, probably about there. I like it. So now I'm gonna get some hose clamps and connect these two together. Okay, so as you can see here, I have the joint for the two lines. So right here it goes to the cooler. Now I need to plumb the one that goes back into the reservoir. Okay, so this is where I'm at right now. I've already plumbed the cooler. So you just have to make sure you have the right length of the lines. I had to cut this much from the line that comes to the cooler to the reservoir so that it will fit. And here's the line that goes to the box, from the box to the cooler. So right now I have to mount this, and looks like this is gonna be harder than I expected. You have to stick these mounting pads ideally to the radiator that's in the back. I did it to the cooler because I think it's gonna be easier that way. So I'm gonna put it right there, and then you have to use these things, slide them through, and attach the safety clip in the back. So I'm still not sure how I'm gonna chip that, but I'll give it a shot right now. Okay, so if anyone watching this video is planning to install a cooler like this, power steering cooler, I wouldn't recommend getting this one. It's frameless construction, makes it very easy to bend the fins. As you can see, I bent a few just from moving it around when I was installing the mounting hardware and the lines. And also this plastic mounting hardware sucks. So if you get one with a frame where you can build brackets for it, that's a better idea. I mean, it is what it is, but I'm not really happy with it. That being said, I finished plumbing the lines. You can see they go right here. There's a line that comes from the box. Here joins to the line, goes to the cooler, and then the line that comes from the cooler goes back to the reservoir. So after doing something like this, you'll most likely have to bleed the system. So to do that, you're going to fill the reservoir, leave it on cap, fire the truck up, and you're gonna move your steering wheel from lock to full lock, and that will start to bleed the air out of the system, and you have to level the fluid in the reservoir again. So I'm gonna do that right now. I'm just gonna fiddle with this thing a little bit more because I'm not happy with how it's mounted. Okay, so what I'll do right now is I'm gonna add some fresh fluid to the reservoir. I'm gonna use some Candle ATF this time around. So I'm gonna fill it up, fire my rodeo up, and I'm gonna cycle the steering wheel as I told you to bleed the air. So let's see what happens. Right about there, fire it up and see how much more fluid it takes. So as you can see right now, there's more fluid. Still needs more. There, and add more fluid now. Try again. get a little bit more out of there. Try and get as much of the old fluid as I can. Looks like it. Where the reservoir is nice and bright red. Okay, so that looks like it. Fluid in the reservoir is now nice and red. So that sums it up for the power steering cooler. Feels warm already. I really don't like the mounting hardware, but I guess what I have to do for now. So after the truck is running and you blend the system, just make sure there are no leaks on any of the connections. See, everything looks nice and dry in here. This is just the fluid that the whole mess that I made when I removed the old line and whatnot. So that's how you install a power steering cooler. Now I just need to install my air filter, the grill, and I'll be good to go. Thanks for watching.